Ross Barkley was once billed as a future world beater. Pundits purred over his Paul Gascoigne-like style of play, and Romelu Lukaku said he was a blessing to play with. Now, Barkley is in England and World Cup exile, having appeared just 3 times in all competitions since signing for Chelsea in a £15 million move from Everton in January. The 24-year-old has had his hamstring issues, but since returning to full training in March, first-team chances have not followed. Under Antonio Conte, he has become a bench warmer. Barkley is a brilliantly talented footballer, but one who now looks lost at Chelsea. Trust is high on Conte's list of priorities and his players. In Barkley, he has shown incredibly little. It has left it reeking of a club signing rather than a Conte one. Barkley's debut for Chelsea was no fairy tale. After overcoming one of the worst injuries of his career and having left boyhood club Everton to bravely move to London, he endured a nightmare start. After half an hour in Chelsea's EFL Cup semi-final second leg against Arsenal, Willian was limping off. Conte had to find a substitute. Where was Barkley? Warming up down the Emirates Stadium touchline, still wearing his Chelsea tracksuit. This infuriated the fiery Italian. A series of fist shakes and screams followed, and Barkley hurried back, changed anxiously and prepared to play for the first time in 8 months in a London derby and semi-final. No pressure, young man. Unfortunately, it was a train wreck. A poor performance. An appearance not worthy of keeping the video recording, because the grandchildren will not want to relive that. Speaking afterwards, Conte pulled no punches. When there is an injury to one of your best players, it is not simple. Especially when on the bench the only substitute is Ross Barkley. It was hardly a confidence-boosting comment. Without a doubt, this debut came too soon for Barkley. He had not appeared for almost 250 days and was out of his depth, lacking sharpness and not looking himself. That was on January 24th. 4 days later, Conte brought Barkley off the bench when Chelsea were 3-0 up against Newcastle in the FA Cup to see how he handled this occasion. A few days later, he made his third and final appearance in a blue shirt to date, this time starting against Bournemouth in the Premier League. Chelsea lost 3-0 and he was hauled off after 54 minutes. And that is that. Barkley's Chelsea career in a nutshell thus far. He has since been an unused substitute 6 times in the Premier League, waiting for his chance from a coach who has lost faith. Conte has no time for sentimentality. During one press conference in April, he was asked whether he would start to give a few of his fringe players a chance. Cough cough, Barkley. The Italian shrugged it off and said it is his job to pick the players who deserve to play, not give out freebies when he is trying to secure Champions League football. Insiders at the club are still hopeful he can play a big part next season. Conte, after all, is set to leave Chelsea this summer, and the new coach will inherit a talented starlet keen to impress. When Chelsea signed off on the £15 million buy, they knew Barkley would need nursing back to full fitness. They were willing to be patient and hope he can reach his potential with them. They are aware that on the bench, he can do nothing. Only on the field can he flourish. Barkley, meanwhile, is willing to wait. Chelsea insiders say they have been impressed by the mature head on his shoulders, and he is still a strong part of the group, getting on with his new team mates. He will chalk this off as one of those seasons and look for a fresh start next campaign. His absence at the World Cup could come as a blessing. With no plans to sell him this summer, he can use the spare time to get fit for Chelsea's tour of Australia, Poland and Sweden. Inside Barkley is a talented footballer waiting to burst out. Conte has not managed that, perhaps feeling he has not had the time amid the uncertainty over his own future. Maybe the new coach can.